students, this is Anupam Sharma. Let's study poem 5 of our English reader First Flight, the ball poem written by John Berryman. Dear students, you possess many things like toys, shirts, pencils, etc. Have you ever lost something you liked very much? Definitely you must have lost certain things that you loved. Write a paragraph describing how you felt then and saying whether and how you got over your loss. A boy likes to play with a ball. He possesses this ball since his childhood. He loves his ball very much. One day, he loses his ball. He is very upset. A ball doesn't cost much, nor it is difficult to buy another ball. Why? Why then is the boy so upset? Read the poem to see what has been lost and what the boy has to learn from the experience of losing something. Today we'll study about the poet, animation of the poem, central idea of the poem, line-wise explanation, meanings of difficult words, and literary devices of this poem. About the poet. John Berryman from 1914 to 1972 was an American poet and scholar. Born in McAlester, Oklahoma, he was a major figure in American poetry in the second half of the 20th century and was considered a key figure in the confessional school of poetry. His best-known work is The Dream Songs. Central idea of the poem. The poet John Berryman in the ball poem describes the grief of a boy over the loss of his ball. With that loss, he senses his first responsibility in a materialistic world, where possessions will not be with you forever. The poem shows how all through your life you will be forced to do things that you don't want to do, and you'll lose or have to give up the things what you love. But despite this, you have to learn to be strong and get on with your life, no matter how much it hurts inside, because that is the only way you'll survive. It thus teaches us to learn to accept things and let go and not cling on to something that you can never have. Now let's study line-wise explanation of poem 5, the ball poem, written by John Berryman. Now listen the poem carefully. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it go, merrily bouncing down the street, and then merrily over there it is in the water. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. Difficult words are merrily. Merrily means happily. Oh, there are other balls. The words suggest that the loss is not important enough to worry about. These lines suggest that the poem is about a little boy. For the first time in his young life, he is learning what it is like to experience grief at the loss of a much loved possession, that is his ball. The ball here is symbolic of the sweet memories of his childhood. The boy loses his ball and watches it bouncing down the street into the water. To us, the loss of a ball is of minor consequence, but to the little boy, it is a valued possession. The poet here deters himself saying that there are other balls because the boy wants the same ball. The ball had been with him for a long time and it was linked to his memories of the days when he played with it. The boy's ball personifies his young days and happy innocence. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy. As he stands rigid, trembling, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went, I would not intrude on him. A dime, another ball is birthless. Here difficult words are ultimate. Ultimate means final. Shaking grief means sadness which greatly affects the boy. Rigid means stiff, like a statue. Trembling means shivering. Harbor means a place where ships load and unload goods. Intrude on means to enter a situation where one is not welcome. A dime means 10 cents and it is the currency of the US. When the young boy loses his ball, it bounces away and lands in the harbor. The boy is very much troubled at the loss of his ball and plunges into grief. He stands stiff and trembling while staring at his ball. He is upset as he looks into the gloomy water because he cannot find his ball. The boy is deeply affected by the loss of his ball because it has been with him for a long time. When the ball bounces into the water, all his memories of the childhood days flashes in front of him. This leads to a realization that those moments would not come back, just like the ball. Further, the poet doesn't offer him money to buy another ball because that would be worthless. Now, he senses first responsibility. In a world of possessions, people will take ball will be lost always, little boy. And no one buys a ball back. Money is external. Difficult words are possessions. Possessions are something that is owned or possessed. Eternal is superficial or extrinsic. When the boy cannot find the ball, he gets his first sense of responsibility. The poet suggests that from the loss of the ball, the boy is learning what it means to lose something. In a world of possessions, where he'll lose things, will buy some more to replace the ones lost, but would never be able to buy back the things that he had lost. The poet thus makes the boy understand about his responsibility. Money is external as it cannot buy memories, nor can it replace the things that we love. He is learning well behind his desperate eyes. This epistemology of loss, how to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and most know many days, how to stand up. Difficult words are desperate, means hopeless. Epistemology of loss, understanding the nature of loss, what it means to lose something. The poet here suggests that from the loss of the ball, the boy is learning how to stand up in a world of possessions. The boy is learning what it means to lose something. The poet says that knowing that every man has to stand up after such losses, the boy too will learn how to stand up and leave the losses behind, as he would have understood the true meaning and nature of loss. After studying line-wise explanation of the poem, it's time for literary devices. of the Ball poem written by John Barrymore for Class 10. The first literary device over here is blank verse because there is no rhyme scheme followed in this poem. So, the poem is written in unrhymed iambic pentameter. Consider the following lines from the poem. See, ball, go, then, water, balls, boy, down, where, him. There is no particular rhyme scheme. So, where there is no particular rhyme scheme and the poem is written in iambic pentameter, then it is a blank verse. Next literary device is alliteration. Alliteration is the occurrence of the same letter or sound at the beginning of adjacent or closely connected words. Like in this poem we have repeated what, balls, balls, buys a ball back. So B is repeated, buys, ball, back. B is repeated over here. Next literary device is symbolism. Symbolism is a figure of speech where an object, person or situation has another meaning other than its literal meaning. The ball here symbolizes the boy's young and innocent days. Ball is not just a thing to play, it is not just a toy, but it symbolizes something else. So it is symbolism. Here we also have repetition in this poem. That is, words like what and balls are repeated. Anaphora. Anaphora is the use of repeated words in two or more lines. For example, what is the boy? What? Another example is merrily bouncing, merrily over. Lastly, we have literary device of assonance. Assonance is use of vowel sound O. Like in boy, now, who, lost, we have repeatedly use of O sound. O vowel sound means assonance. Then again, we have use of vowel sound E. He is learning well behind his desperate eyes. E sound is repeated. E. So with this, we have completed our literary devices along with line-wise explanation and meanings of the poem. I hope students you have understood well, and in case of any trouble, any problem, in case you don't understand anything, kindly comment in the comment box so that I may be able to help you. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe.